万事如意.
Wow, you're a genius, Dan.
Thanks.
Okay, now there's a bigger chance for you to get a pocket.
Okay, definitely. I'm pretty excited now.
Okay, Dan, by the way, do you know the Chinese singer Zhang?
Yeah, I know she's pretty famous.
Actually, she's just nobody before the Supergirl singing contest in China. But now she had more than 400 million fans. Can you believe it?
Unbelievable, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna recommend one of her songs to you now. It's called The Memory of the Rain on the West Lake. She has been invited to sing this song in an Oprah Winfrey show.
Oh, cool, yeah. That's
amazing, huh?
Yeah,
Enjoy the song.
Okay.
我的爱人在何方？雾里是离和幻想。
Hey folks, you are still listening to Hello China at 103.2 Dublin City FM. Do you like the song just now? Actually, in Oprah Winfrey's show, Zhang also added an English segment to this song includes her famous dolphin vocal voice. Guess what? She has been praised as the Dolphin Princess. And the song we hear now is also one of Jin's called The Star of Mulan. Who's Mulan then? That will be our next topic. If you still remember before the song, Xinyu and Daniel talk a lot about the Chinese Kongfu like the master of Wing Chun boxing Yimin, Shaolin monks and so on. So it sounds like the Kongfu world only belongs to male. Is that true? The answer is absolutely no. Thousands of years ago, there were still several small countries on the vast land of China. At that time, all people had to get used to war as it happened every day. And the government always sent out orders like, each family must send a male member to go to the wall and fight for the country. Well, when Mulan's father received such an order to join the imperial army, the whole family was very worried because he was simply too old and ill to fight. But to refuse the ruler's order would bring dishonor and punishment upon the entire family. So it seems like the old father had to go. However, Mulan thought of another way. To protect her family, Mulan joined the army in his father's place. It turns out that Mulan is a very brave warrior and clever strategist. With Mulan, the army became undefeated. You probably would say, hold on a second. It's just a plain story with nothing excitement. But what if I tell you Mulan is actually a girl? She disguised as a man and fought in an all-male army for 12 years. Only after the war, when she came back to her family, did Mulan reveal his true identity as a girl. Since then, she has become a legendary woman in China. Thousands of years later, people still wrote poems or books about her. Even Disney loves her. In 1998, the story of Mulan has been produced as an animated film, which made $424 million for Disney. That is a lot of money, huh? So it indicates that the whole world loves Mulan. But no worries if you still haven't watched the animated film, because Mulan is coming to Dublin very soon. Yes, I'm not kidding. The Chinese State Circus production Mulan will be performed in a Helix next Monday and Tuesday. And we have Philip Gandhi, the producer, on the phone. Hi, Philip. How are you?
I'm good, thank you very much, and nice to talk to you.
Okay, where are you now?
I'm back in the UK at the moment. I was actually over in Dublin with the Chinese State Circus performers a couple of days ago because we were appearing on a TV programme in Dublin. So I did have the privilege of coming over to Dublin, but now I'm back over here.
Okay. You know, there was a show, one of your shows last night in Cork. How's that?
Absolutely. Well, Cork is one of the theatres that we're playing on our visit this time. We were there last night in Cork. The theatre seats 1,000 people, absolutely sold out. We were turning people away, and I'm very pleased to say that tonight's performance in Cork is also sold out. So Cork has been very successful for the Chinese state.
Wow, good. Philip, I heard that to find them, you have spent several weeks in China, right? You know, there are thousands of circuses in China. How did you find them?
Absolutely. Well, as you know, every major city in town has an acrobatic or circus troupe in China. But I've been visiting China since 1992. I have a lot of connections in China. So I asked my Chinese partners to actually set up an itinerary for me. They send me DVDs of troops before I arrive. I decide which troops I want to see. And on the last visit, we did spend about 2 weeks, and I saw between 6 and 8 acrobatic troops before I made the final decision for the artist to appear in the Chinese State Circus's production of Mulan.
Wow, that's just incredible. I noticed that the poster said the Shaolin warrior monks are coming to Dublin, but the title of the show is Mulan. You know, Mulan is a girl, actually, so who's gonna act her?
Well, absolutely. As you've said, we do have the absolutely amazing Shaolin warriors appearing in the show, but we also have one female who has practiced martial arts for many years. She's absolutely sensational. Her name is Lu Yi, and she does appear in the show. But the show itself is a combination of the Shaolin Wushu warriors. We've got 3 Peking opera artists in there, and, of course, the fabulous acrobats from the Chinese State Circus. So if you like, it's 3 shows for the price of 1.
Good. I also noticed that there are a monkey face and a pig face on the poster. But, you know, they belong to one of the Chinese classics, The Journey to the West, which seems has nothing to do with Mulan. Why are they also part of the show?
Absolutely. Well, to make the story more accessible to, you know, if you like, Western people, you know, the story of Mulan has been passed down over many, many generations, and there are various variations on it. Disney actually chose to give Mulan, if you remember in their cartoon, a small dragon character who guided us. So what we've chosen to do is to give the narration part of the story, to tell the story over to the Monkey King and the Pig, as you know, who are both characters from Chinese folklore, to make the show more accessible to a Western audience.
How do you combine them to this show?
Yeah, well, absolutely. As we've just said, the Monkey King and the narrator are the guides for the young.
Okay.
So much in the same way that the dragon in the Disney movie guided Mulan through her life, then we use the 2 characters, the Monkey King and the Pig, to guide Mulan, and also to give some comedy and some light-heartedness to the show, so it will appeal to children as well as adults.
Are they going to tell the story in English?
Absolutely. Well, at the very start, we have a narrator, and they start in a little bit, just a few words of Chinese, and then the rest of the show is all in English, yeah.
Okay, I got you. So the production is just like a melting pot of the Chinese culture, huh?
That's right, absolutely. You know, we feel that, you know, people go along to see the Chinese State Circus because it is one of the most spectacular circuses in the world, and with everything in there which you'd expect to see, but also with the music was composed in Beijing by a very famous film composer for the show, so it is Chinese music, but again, in a slightly Western style. The costumes are very authentic, so the whole thing is a glimpse of Chinese culture to people that perhaps don't have the opportunity to go to China. So you see a circus, but you actually get this glimpse of Chinese culture as well.
Good. And also good to know that the whole show is English speaking, because I was actually worried about the language program.
No, that's right. I mean, the whole show is in English, and as such, the show is actually endorsed by the Chinese Ministry of Culture, who very much support the show. We've had the Chinese Consul General from Manchester over to see the show with guests several times, and they actually are very happy with the performance.
Actually, I've seen some video clips of the circus before, and the most impressive one was 5 girls riding on a very high bike and throwing balls by feet and catching them by heads. It's so unbelievable. Is that true?
Absolutely, and that's the first time that this particular act has ever appeared in the West. It's took these girls, I think, 5 or 6 years to perfect the art, and it is every bit as spectacular, perhaps even more so to see, obviously, in front of you in a stage than it is on a DVD. And you're absolutely right. We've got 5 or 6 girls on the high unicycles, which themselves are 2 meters high, flicking cups and bowls onto their heads as they cycle round. It really is spectacular.
Wow, it's definitely gonna be an amazing show. Philip, this is not the first time they conduct the show outside China, right? How's their performance before?
No, absolutely. As I say, I first went to China in 1992.
Yes.
We first brought the Chinese State Circus over to the UK in 1993, and we have toured it both in the UK, in Saudi Arabia, Dubai, France, Singapore, many different countries since, where it's always been a big success. So I think it's probably about the third or fourth time they've actually come over to yourselves, but as I say, this is the first time for the production of Mulan to be seen, so it is a completely new show.
Good. So they must have a lot of experience on it, huh?
Absolutely, absolutely. What we do is we tend to keep the same artist for one tour, and then we change the artist, and that keeps it fresh, and we get a new show every year.
Okay, yesterday I checked about the tickets online and I found that nearly a month ago, the 100 tickets on boards.ie have already been sold out and people left messages for more tickets. Just to quote one of them, he said, "Oh, didn't say this in time. Please beg, bribe, threaten more tickets for us." I don't know they are so popular. So how can people get more tickets now?
Yeah, well, absolutely. What you do, if you go on www.ChineseStateCircus.com, that website then will direct you to all the venues that we're playing and all the places where you can purchase tickets. So you can purchase them. There are still some tickets available, but you need to go to www.ChineseStateCircus.com. That will direct you to all the different ticket outlets.
Okay, would you please leave me one ticket? I cannot miss this, even though I'm a Chinese.
I will guarantee you a ticket, but you'll have to come and try and ride the high unicycle and flick the bowls.
Wow, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Okay.
Okay, I will just book the tickets online, and thanks, Philip. Hope everything goes well with the show.
Super, and hope to see you at the show.
Okay, see you.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Okay, that is all for today's Hello China. The program is co-hosted by UCD Confucius Institute for Ireland. Also, thanks for the editor Wu Yue and Yimin. Tune in our program next Tuesday. We are gonna bring you more interesting topics. Good night.
看看天上，于是我乘上了月光，射向我老家的地方。就像我一样，那颗心名字叫木兰，让我把回忆当晚餐，吞下这许多年的酸，爱恨是掌心的沙。是被点了水汪，多年前我疲倦世界，逆着风走过嫣然。